What's up, everybody? My name's Wade. This is Bourbon Hall, and you are watching one of my hunt videos. Just to give you a little information why this hunt video may be just a little bit different, it was shot over 2 different months in 2 different locations. So to kind of give you a rundown of what you should expect, there will be locations in Laramie, Wyoming, as well as in Frisco, Colorado, and Dillon, Colorado. Those are just the areas around where my family went skiing. So I got a little bit of time. Appreciate my wife giving me some time to go do some bourbon hunts. And so we'll hit a few different stores and see some prices and maybe get a few good bottles. So let's get it. When you go on vacation with your family, it gives you a chance to bourbon hunt. So we're here in Laramie, Wyoming, and we're checking out the Still. All right, y'all, we're going to be doing a voiceover because I wasn't able to talk a whole lot. They had a lot of music going and staff were chatting up quite a bit. So I just thought there would be a lot of interference for the audio. So here we are at the Still in Wyoming. This is in Laramie. And, you know, Bardstown, I always look at it, $180 for that Founders is a little bit much. An older Larceny, I think it was B524. See a lot of those still hanging around on the shelves. Some of the bottom shelfers, classics, as always. Really enjoyed the old Ezra. I think it's one of the, I just really enjoy it. I don't know what to say. It's just a good pour. Obvious joke there. And then the Pikesville, enjoy that product as well. $85 for a barrel-proof Bernheim is a little bit much. Let's check out the Jack Daniels. Usually a pretty safe bet if you want to pick up something for a friend. Jack Daniels barrel proofs, rye or bourbon. The Balcones. I don't like them. Gross. And here's Wyoming whiskey. I actually did pick up a store pick from there. I talked to the manager and he gave me a sample. It was pretty good. I think you guys should try it out. Here's some Heaven Hill, the grain to glass. It's a little bit too much for me. Yellowstone, the Babe Ruth, obviously those are just out of my price range of what I'm willing to pay. Let's see, some Nelson Brothers, Peerless Double Oak, and then you got the Russells, single barrels and things like that. Always got to check, because if you're a tater, you got to check for the laser code. This, sadly, was not the right laser code, so back it goes. Yep, now we're just going to be looking at all the different stuff. I always like the 100s of the Old Foresters. There's a Ben Holiday making it back. And then we've got some of the Elijah Craigs sitting around. And, oh, here we go, Woodford Reserve. Yeah, I didn't pick it up. Thought that was interesting, this old elk. Don't know much about it, to be honest. Some of the Breckenridge and things like that from Colorado. And what's this? $60 for a Caribou Crossing store pick. Okay. Private stock. This is their single barrel from Wyoming whiskey. Pretty good. Floral honey. Very interesting, different notes. So I picked one of those up because I thought it was good enough. And they had a single barrel of Caribou Crossing, so I picked up 2 bottles of this for $60 a piece. That's still a hell of a deal. So keep hunting, y'all. Let's get to the next store. Well, in Laramie, there, it's a classy place when it's got a drive-through liquor store. Never judge a book by its cover. I didn't film in there because they were going through staff change and it's a really small store. But $44 for an Eagle Rare. Why the hell not? When in Wyoming? Why not? On to the next one. Let's go. All right, guys, we're looking at North Ridge Liquors. Obviously, it's mirrored in the mirror. Dummy on my part. But they did have some pretty cool stuff. They had a lot of selection in here. All of their prices were a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but they did have some selection in here. I think that the Blanton's Gold was over $200, so I said no thank you. They had a really nice staff, as I will probably say here in a little bit, but I just kind of showed some of the hot spots and some of the things that they had. They had a lot of the generic stuff, but they had a pretty nice looking Yellowstone pick here for a decent price. So I would check it out if you guys are in that area of Laramie. And, they just have a few other things. I saw a lot of the Heaven Hill grain to glass. Yeah, and some other offerings, but nothing too special. But you may have a chance to find something there. So that was an awesome store. I didn't get to film a lot. There was a lot of people in it, but the staff that was really knowledgeable, awesome. They had a 1924 at not a bad price, but I don't need to spend any more money. But I did pick up a half gallon of
Ancient Age 10 Star, because I've never seen it before, and a small pint of the Rye Mash from Buffalo Trace White Dog. Very excited for that experiment. So overall, awesome store, awesome staff, pretty damn cool. Yep, on to the next.
Gotta tell you, Laramie's an interesting one. A lot of package stores. So we're checking out the next one that's attached to a bowling alley. Craziest part about this bowling alley is they had a bunch of Blantons for $77 a piece, so I decided I was going to take one since I was just offered one for $140 in the other store. Well, never judge a book by its cover. Laramie, Wyoming 101. Picked up a Blanton, $77. That's kind of the going rate right now, and I gotta tell you, I like giving them as gifts. So gifts are gifts, and so got another Blanton's.
I have been truly surprised by everything Laramie has shown me. My kind of town, honestly, a lot of small package stores attached to other stuff, and I dig it. So there's two pretty solid liquor stores here and a lot of little fun ones. So if you ever come through here, I suggest you check them out. So that concludes the hunting in Laramie. Now we're going to switch over to the Colorado skiing trip. Yep, here we go. First up, we have in Frisco, Colorado, it is Antlers Liquors, and we'll see what you think about the prices. Yeah. That's ridiculous. So stupid. So next up is Base Camp Liquor and Wine and Spirits, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's actually just in Frisco, right behind Antler Liquors. And so, yeah, they also like a lot of their products. So let's check it out. And I didn't buy anything there. Spoiler. For whiskey in Frisco, Colorado, and you're looking at Antlers Liquors as well as Base Camp Liquor, just maybe have it hand delivered to your door for half the cost or less than what they're offering. Stupid prices, and I know they're preying on travelers, you know, and guests and stuff like that, but don't support that kind of crap. And I'm really ashamed that I even walked into these stores. But now you saw some of the prices, and now you know you don't need to go there.
Guys, this is the store that I usually like to go to. And so I'm just giving you a little bit of an intro to my intro. Dillon Ridge Liquors. It's in Dillon, Colorado. It's a really nice store. And I was actually lucky enough to talk to Mike. He is a great wealth of knowledge and kind of walked me through some of the different products and projects that they have going on at their store. So you'll kind of hear us talk through some of those processes. I cut it out because it was just a lot of information. Yeah, so check out the store, and if you guys are in that area, this is the store to go to. After a long day of skiing, you need to go whiskey hunting. So we're at Dillon Ridge Liquors here in Dillon, Colorado. So let's figure it out.
This is what I do with this other project. So we have a still, but it's not being used. It's not distilling anything right now in Commerce City. So it's this cask house and infinite oak on the bottom. So that's kind of my introductory level, and it's basically you're looking at a Solaris system.
Yep.
Is that we're doing it in, but it is for the most part purchased whiskey, not all, and so it comes in, and so it's been oaked, and then we additionally turn other oaks into it, and develop other flavor profiles with it. So what's going on here is I have X barrels.
Yep.
Stag 10, Knob Creek 18.
Love it.
Elijah Creek 10, Elijah Creek 12. So those are all additional barrel finishes with it.
Sure.
And then currently in the Infinite Oak, I have a Weller and a Willet.
Well, that's I love the idea.
So they're the finish. So they're high wheat. So it took us a while to get a whiskey with a high wheat mash bill that I wanted to finish on it. So that's what these are right here.
So and this is like your guys' project, kind of?
So that's what this is.
That's damn cool. Non-chill filter, which is right up my alley.
And this is a rock.
Well, I'll have to definitely pick a couple of those up, and that's the finish of the Weller.
So the cask house are those. That's this little deal with Infinite Oak. And then the next step is you come up to mash bill.
Yeah, and I've seen that a few, but I don't know anything about it.
Mash bill's the Solaris system.
Okay.
So you go layer 8, which is the first introduction into the Solaris system. So it's anywhere from 4 to 6 years old. Going in as the very first aged whiskey. And then you go to the last one, number 1, that it's a 21, 24-year-old barrel whiskey that is being replenished. So it's like how you build from it. And just for sales volume, it hasn't been that much. So this was my rendition of trying to replicate Weller 107.
Okay.
So it was high wheat. Wanted it to be 107 alcohol. So that it ended up being that everything we picked out on it. So what was interesting as well with this is I find it has virtually everything you're looking in a Weller, but it doesn't have that's to me the sixth sense of umami that I pick up a lot from Buffalo Trace, and that's that flavor profile. That's a sweetness and depth. It doesn't have it.
Well, okay, but still, like we're working, like it's worked towards that type of profile.
It lacks everything except that, and it drinks very well. So then this is Farm and Estate, which is a small estate in southwest Illinois, south and east of St. Louis.
Interesting.
And it all comes direct from these guys. So limestone soils, filtered. They have their own still. It's all heirloom products. It's all labeled on the side right here of everything that's being done with all the project.
That's wild.
It's a complete farm to estate, which is where Sagamore's trying to get to, but it's already being done.
Yeah. Yes. And well, I respect anyone that has to go through all of that to build something like that.
So then we have all these other projects in here, and then I'm currently out of the mezcal. So I have a mezcal barrel. So this mash bill's in it, so you're tasting it. Complete whiskey. You taste it, and bam, it finishes with the spice and earthiness of mezcal. So it's really
interesting.
Cool and unique. And went on the shelf today, and I've actually just sold one of their 4-grain that I really liked. We already came in and went out this morning. So the Stiefels is what they call that.
Okay.
But this is all a salute to you have the air, land, sea of all D-Day processes, and then the War Dogs that were a part of it too. And I've already sold the War Dog today too.
And so this 5-year,
all 5-year, 100 proof, 101 proof,
101 proof. Awesome. Gosh.
So it's all salute. Money is being donated and going to the veterans.
That's cool.
This is, you don't see this.
Ooh.
I'll say you won't see this. So we leave there. We come over here. Okay, I'm going through the list yesterday, and I'm like, no, I need this back. Oh, really? I didn't know we just got back. So salesperson didn't know it. And I'm a huge fan of Farkless, so we hadn't had it for a year. I'm like, no, I want the Farkless back.
Yeah.
Dalmore, I just brought in the 08 and 05 vintage Dalmore.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So those aren't seen around. I just brought those in there, just sitting over here now. I mean, the differences of what we have too, and show you another one that's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it? So you walk in the box and you go like, really? You care about that?
Oh.
Yeah, I do. So this is the Altamira. So this is from Puglia,
Okay.
southern Italy.
Oh, interesting.
So it has been documented as this wheat production by a Greek poet 2,500 years ago is about the greatest
Sure.
bread ever made in the world.
Sure. With that grid.
Yeah. And it's only allowed, so it's a PDO, so it's only allowed within inside this delineated region of where you can grow this wheat that can create this bread. So this guy goes, great, I love this guy, he did this, and he goes, oh, I'm gonna go down there. So real spicy,
Yeah.
really intense vodka, great vodka. Ironically, with all that being said, the greatest bread, it's heirloom
Yep.
wheat. The next thing about it is Altamira, the oldest Homo sapioid ever found in Europe.
Okay.
25,000 years old.
Yeah.
And it's from Altamira. So people are like, wow,
That's wild.
Yeah, so it's completely different.
Scotch guys, and that follow, and they're like, oh, you got to try this one. I'm like, I've never seen it. And so I think this might bring some interest.
Oh, Rosés are unique.
I
And
think-
their gin's amazing too.
Oh, I love gin. But
So Bell Mead originally was production of NGP.
Yep.
And now this is, from what I can see, this is production of Constellation,
Okay.
which is High West and numerous other
interesting.
products that they have.
I didn't know that.
So I haven't been able to taste it too, because I wanted the previous Bell Mead, and I sold it before I grabbed the bottle. So I've been wanting to get it just because I want the label.
Yeah.
I like the label and I want the history.
It's history.
Green
Yeah.
Fire.
Yep.
So anyway, that's where that comes into. I'm a big fan of Old Forester, just pure.
Yep. The number one recommendation when someone's like, what should I start with? And I'm like, well, I like an Old Forester 100.
So that's the one that just came in today.
B524.
Yeah.
It's a beast at 130 too.
So I just sold my last bottle of Elijah Craig 10, and in 2 weeks I'm gonna taste process for the next barrel. Hopefully, we'll see if it's a 10 or 12 or
Yeah,
whatever.
sure.
A couple years ago I had a 12 and an 18 amongst my group to pick. I picked the 12 over the 18,
Yep.
believe it or not. They're both amazing. I wish I would have done both. This is, I thought it was going to do better than it did, and it just has never done great. It's part of Sazerac, and
I've seen it sit right here like this on most stores. I don't, and I'm surprised
it
because
was
it
a
is.
mistake. Everybody thought it would be doing it. It just
Yeah.
has never done.
It just never was.
So, have you seen Sagamore?
I love me some Sagamore.
I do
Double
too.
Oak is really my.
It's the reason I kind of brought these in, because I thought that when I tasted them, like, these are all really good, so I brought them all in.
The Sagamore Double Oak is one that I suggest everyone try, and it's one that I had to stop buying for a while because I have a collection, I have a selection, I will say, that drink, and I always found myself going back to the Double Oak, and I was like, I gotta drink some of my other stuff. So I'm gonna need a bigger boat. Something for all you tequila heads. Oh, that's not in tequila. Hennessy, Vodka 550. Nope. G4. Ah, the Gatsby. On the double oak, huh? A little over secondary. Oh, don't look infinite. Damn you. Nope, too expensive. Valencia, one of my favorite. Tell me about this Forbidden, guys. Should I pick that up? Is that a good price? I already got both of those bottles, so I don't need it. I'm almost got talked into the weeded. I do like the weeded. This is batch one, a Sappho. I do like me some WB Sappho. All the Bardstown, and then the Peerless. He said he had a pick. I don't see which one's the pick here. Ah, right here, pick. I do like their ryes. Interesting. Dexter. Very interesting. When Nancy says something, I'm looking at this one right now.
3 or 4 bottles of this Infinite Oak.
Have you? He was talking a lot about it. Batch 304.
For a $20 bottle.
Maybe. This was a really cool story, so I'm going to pick up one of those. Let's do the... I think we're going to have to do a little bit more research on that one. This one. Like it. All right, got talked into that one. Got a few other bottles, picked up a black label. Old Granddad 114, that Platte Valley corn. That comes from the McCormick's distillery, also known as the place that makes, what is it? Ben Holiday. I think it comes from the same distillery. Got your early times over there. Now always look. Is there any black labels? No black labels, or black caps. 26 bucks. Yeah, guys, so I will say if you're in Dillon or in the area, Silverthorne, Frisco, stop at Dillon Ridge Liquors and then ask for Mike. That dude's got a lot of information, and he coached me up on quite a few things. Also, he's got some really cool projects that he's doing through the store. Picked up a couple of those bottles. Picked up a bottle of something that's a little different from the Colorado area, so really excited to try that. Going to review that probably on a live. And picked up an Old Forester Black Label. Love it. But I got to get back to the kids and the family. Appreciate you guys watching. Smash that like, subscribe if you haven't, and always go hunting and have a good conversation. Peace.